3 years after the release of the PlayStation 4, Insomniac has rebooted the original Ratchet & Clank. And as someone who never played any of the Ratchet & Clank games since the original back in 2002, I have to wonder if maybe I was missing out on all of the sequel.
Hey, have we met before? 'Cause I'm getting a touch of the old deja vu.
Because I haven't had this much fun in a platformer in a very long time. Since this is a reboot, or I guess I should say a remake, you can expect that the story has changed around slightly. In the original Ratchet & Clank, the title characters were not really friends per se.
You are very good at breaking things.
You know, Grim once said the same thing.
Actually, it mostly seemed as if they kind of hated each other, and Ratchet seemed like he might have been kind of a bit of an asshole. Especially to Clank. But now Ratchet actually cares about Clank, and the problem at hand. This time around, he wants to be a hero.
We need to get you out of here.
There are levels or planets missing from this game that were in the original, but the void is filled with a couple of completely new ones. The game was originally supposed to be released in 2015, but after deciding that the game and the movie needed more time, it was delayed. I think I speak for everyone who has played and seen both when I say, one of these mediums got far more attention than the other. The game was released on April 12th, 2016 in North America, April 20th, 2016 in the PAL regions, and April 22nd, 2016 in the UK. Someone tell me if PAL is what they use in the UK, because I really thought it was. I thought they used PAL. I didn't think that they would have used NTSC. But what the fuck do I know? Not a lot. Developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The movie was released... Honestly, don't worry about the movie. Nobody gives a fuck about the movie. We start on Ratchet's home planet of... Oh, fuck, what is it called? Novaris? Should have checked that before... Google Ratchet's home planet. Veldin. Ratchet's home planet of Veldin. Alright. We start on Ratchet's home planet of Veldin, where he is something of a mechanic in a garage with his mentor / friend Grim. Is it Grim? Is it Grim? It's Grim, right? Characters on Veldin. Ratchet, Chairman Drek, Galactic Rangers, and Clank. That doesn't seem right. Oh my god, there's gotta be. Why is there a Ratchet and Clank Wikipedia? Oh my god. It's probably because nobody's given a shit about Ratchet and Clank until the new one. Grim. It is Grim. It is Grim. Okay, cool. It's Grim. Got it. Don't worry about it. In Ratchet's spare time, he dreams of being a Galactic Ranger, the ultimate force of justice in the galaxy. Specifically, he idolizes Captain Quark, who happens to be the narrator of this story. Speaking of the story, it is awesome. It's super simple, it's really easy to follow, and most importantly, it's fun. It is indeed typical in the sense of what I'd expect most are used to, living in the day and age of Star Wars and other stories featuring an unsuspecting hero, but for as generic as it sounds, honestly, it was just refreshing. There were some moments where I'd say, okay, who the fuck is that?
Then we'll see who thinks they can steal my food out of the company fridge.
These would literally be my only complaints with this game, and honestly, I couldn't even really consider them complaints. Most of the characters are hilarious, from Clank and his deadpan delivery
Dense alloy.
I will try not to be offended by that.
to Mr. Zircon, one of the weapons you can obtain in the game. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. It's cheeky, it's fun. One of my least favorite moments of any game is the beginning. I hate tutorials, hand-holding, and the like. Fortunately, this is one of the many things the new Ratchet & Clank also does right. As soon as you have control of the game, your journey has basically begun, and any sort of learning of the controls is all done within a voiceover while you are moving around with an accompanied small text box. The levels are designed very linearly, which is not a gripe by any means. They are so straightforward, but with enough veering pathways, it always seems like there are places to explore and secrets to find. And when your arsenal is filled out, that's when the fun starts. Every weapon is genuinely fun to use. Spare one or two. I'm not a fan of the Pyrocinator or the Sheepinator, but can understand how the idea of the Sheepinator came into play, and can see why the idea of it could mix with the overall game. While you will spend most of your time running, jumping, and shooting, there are other things to do throughout the game. You'll have multiple opportunities to fly your spaceship into battle-like scenarios, and you can also compete in hoverboard races. These two gameplay differences are fine for what they are, but I did not particularly enjoy either. Especially since the hoverboard races are what's holding me back from getting the platinum. I can do it, I just don't want to. It takes too much time. I want to play other games. That's where I'm at. I could beat the hoverboard races, but it's just so annoying to do one thing repeatedly. I beat Ratchet Clank in less than probably 12 hours. This was with me taking my time purchasing and leveling up all of the guns, finding all of the gadgets, collecting the trading cards, and searching for some of the gold bolts. I can't say that the game is really that difficult, and no segment of the game ever feels like a brick wall. Even the door puzzles in the game offer an autocomplete prompt for those who find it too difficult or stressful to figure out. This game looks beautiful. I can't say any more than that. The animations are smooth and the frame rate never dropped, save a few instances when I was basically asking for it to happen. Shooting multiple bouncer balls while continuously shooting my Mr. Rhino while Mr. Zircon was accompanying me in a battlefield wasteland covered in shiny bolts floating and cycloning into my small Lombax body. The soundtrack of this game is nothing that will annoy you while playing, and it's nothing that will stick in your head while not playing, but that by no way means it's bad. It is just simply of no consequence. On the other hand, I commend the sounds and voices of all the weapons and characters. Distinct voices and sounds differentiating whether you are using a Rhino or a Raptor rocket launcher. One notable mention is the Rhino, the game's ultimate gun. While being fired, shoots off a barrage of what sounds like fireworks while Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture subtly plays. That's right, the epic cannon song plays while you are shooting a gun that violently tosses out death missiles. It's these subtle details that just make it all worth it to collect all of the trading cards needed to acquire it. This game isn't perfect, and it is nowhere near a masterpiece. It's somewhat short, but for the price tag it's at, this game is a steal. If you are willing to invest your time and money into something that is simply fun, which is what games are for, then look no further. This isn't a game you will rush home to play necessarily, but it will be one you enjoy when you choose to play it. Let me put it this way. Do you have a PS4? If the answer is yes, this is one of the games that needs to be in your collection. Simple as that. Especially with how well the game was received, I can almost guarantee a sequel is in the works. So better be ready for when it comes.